All right, at least I'm here. We will get. All right, we're here, and we're gonna try to get Ron back here really quick. Um, so just give us a second. All right, we're ready. This is terrible. These connection issues. They're going to be the bane of our existence. I'll tell you that. All right, now come back. Really? Okay, so you're frozen. All right. So I will keep all right, I will keep everybody entertained while you reboot. Yes, exactly. I am on the air. Mel's going to leave it up because it's allowing her to do it, but it's not allowing any of us to do it. So I don't know what's going on with that. Wow. No, we can't even talk about it. It's absolutely awful. I'm going to try to at least pull up like EMSC and stuff like that right now and show everybody that while we're waiting. See, this is irritating. Like I told Mel, I said we're gonna figure out some things because it's because now that everybody's on at home, they've been recommending using Zoom for everybody to do video calls and chat. I'm assuming that their servers are getting overloaded. That's what I think is happening personally, because all of a sudden it just started happening. We haven't had issues like this the whole time we've been using it. Not like this bad. Not where we struggle and suffer and everybody is struggling and suffering out here with us. So we appreciate you guys sticking with us tonight with all these issues. It's not something that we're used to this terrible. I mean, we're used to a little bit, but this is that's what I mean. So it's a new thing for all of us. We're getting used to things that are new for everyone. And we have had three more aftershocks: 3.6, 4.6, and 3.4. Put you on speakerphone so people can hear you.
Down into Pocatello in the southeastern part of the state, and Soda Springs even south of Pocatello.
Right.
So this earthquake is reverberating throughout the magma chamber. Because Soda Springs is the southernmost portion of the magma chamber, and it's reverberating all the way down there. So far, we have not felt anything here in Salt Lake City, although we are continuing to have earthquake aftershocks from the 5.7 magnitude earthquake a week and a half ago here in Salt Lake. But now the aftershocks are spreading west. And that is mystifying scientists here locally at the University of Utah Seismo Center. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that, folks.
No worries.
Signing back into my computer here.
No worries. Everybody can at least hear you. So.
Yeah. Anyway, it's one of those things where the scientists have no idea why the aftershocks are spreading west from the earthquake here in Salt Lake City, but they totally, completely spread west and away from the main area of the earthquake where all the other
there was also a delay. Look, they said the USGS had a delay in reporting the earthquake because of social distancing. I want to call them out on that one factor. EMSC had it out 8 minutes before they did, and they're in Europe, so they're ultimate social distancing from us right now. So let's be real.
distancing has nothing to do with it.
Right. Because how come EMSC had it? EMSC had it quick. So it's like, oh, I don't even want to hear that. They said so far no damage to our property and no structural damage that they know of at this time.
And we are very lucky that there's no damage to property, because what has happened with this earthquake, folks, this earthquake hit in a very unpopulated area. Yes, it was 44 miles west of Chalice. It's probably the nearest populated town, but Chalice, Idaho area is part of the Yellowstone Magma Chamber. That's where this earthquake hit. But the epicenter was outside of Chalice, Idaho. So everyone is very lucky that there's no damage.
Yeah, that's very true. It's probably lucky it was in the mountains, because that probably prevented a lot more damage and kept the quake centralized. Yes, the reverberation was felt, but as far as extensive damage, where it hit, it might have kept it out of harm's way from reverberating and breaking, homes and foundations and all of that good stuff. Bonnie said that her gut feeling is that this could affect the Pacific Northwest, is that it's not far from the edge of the craton, so we will need to watch Pacific Northwest volcanoes in Yellowstone. She also said, I checked EMSC right away, and it was 17 minutes after that I checked it that it was posted.
Yes.
She said she was watching the University of Utah seismos as soon as she saw USGS did not post it. It shook for quite a while.
Yes, it did. This earthquake, according to USGS, shook the area for about 30 seconds. However, I find fault with that, because my feeling, should I call it Spreaker?
Yeah, you absolutely could.
Okay. I'm going to bring up the radio feed for those of you that are listening to our program. We had the radio feed until just a few minutes ago when my computer. And we had to leave the radio. We're going to be coming back up in just a couple of minutes here, as soon as it sets back up. But this earthquake allegedly rocked for 30 seconds, upwards of 30 seconds. I take umbrage at that. I think it was probably closer to a minute and a half. Usually earthquakes of this magnitude shake for a lot more than 30 seconds.
Yep. I'm asking a friend how long she thinks she felt it. She said her entertainment center shook, things fell off the walls. Was kind of concerned. And she said that she's lived there for 8 years and has never felt anything like that.
Yeah. A lot of people have lived in Idaho, and they haven't felt an earthquake since 1957.
Or the 80s quake. The 80s quake. A lot of people are talking about one that happened in the 80s. A lot of people my age remember that, and they were talking about that one tonight. But those would be the last two, would be the 80s and then the 50s, and that's it.
Yeah, the 1957 quake hit in Yellowstone area, over near Lake Yellowstone, and it shook the entire area, and it was actually felt all the way down to St. George, Utah, in southern Utah.
Wow. And, this isn't a place that you usually see earthquakes either.
Well, we see minor earthquakes.
Not large like this.
No, not large like this. We've had minor earthquakes, 2s and 3s in the Chalice, Idaho area. We've had that. That has happened. But I don't think we've ever had anything this large in the Chalice, Idaho area. Again, we went over to the USGS site
and we saw that. Okay, I'm live on Spreaker.
Perfect.
I'm now live back on Spreaker, folks. The Emergency Management Associates channel here on Freedom Revolution Network. We have seen earthquakes in Challis, Idaho, but not major ones like this. And as far as I'm concerned, this was probably a 7.0 earthquake. The USGS, when we went to their back seismologist study page, now I don't have the ID. Can you send me the ID?
Yes, I can.
We went to the USGS study page, and they wouldn't even show the 6.5 quake. There were 60 stations reporting the 6.5 quake. They showed a 6.4 quake with 500 and some stations reporting. Now, I take foul with that because there were a lot more than, this was much more than a 6.4 earthquake. They're only saying 500 stations reporting it. The 6.5 quake, they say 80 stations reporting it, but they're not showing any of it.
No.
So, you know, USGS can lie, they can cheat, they can steal, which is their normal modus operandi. I don't buy it. Okay, we're live on the Emergency Management Associates Zoom channel now here too.
All right.
I'm leaving it on.
There we go.
Yeah, I think we're just here. Yes, we're here on the network. Yay.
Yes, now unmute yourself too, because we need that.
Okay.
Because until we do that, no one can hear you.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay, I'm here. I hope.
Yes, yes, you are. Perfect.
Good.
We are in like Flynn, ready to win. Let's do this.
Yeah. Let's do this, folks. Again, we've had a 0.5 magnitude earthquake, and it was probably a 7.0 magnitude earthquake, 44 miles west of Challis.
Mel's asking me questions.
We were just got a notification of a 4.8 aftershock, which is probably one of the strongest aftershocks from this earthquake series this evening.
Here, I'll be right
We are
back.
going to see aftershocks from this earthquake for a long time going forward. Again, we had a 5.7 earthquake here in Salt Lake City, and we're still seeing aftershocks, aftershock after aftershock from that quake. And it continues happening even right now. So with all that said, we are going to see aftershock after aftershock happening with this Idaho quake for some time coming.
These things can be very problematic.
Aftershocks usually happen in earthquakes of this size. Aftershocks happen usually months to even a year or so after the large earthquake has happened. And that will happen, okay? That will happen. I'm not saying it won't, it will happen. We will probably see earthquakes, aftershocks, for a good year, at least, after this earthquake. That would not surprise us, not in the least little bit. We will be monitoring this quake for a long time coming.
Especially because how do we know that it didn't crack a fault or something,
Yes. Yes, absolutely. This was in the magma chamber, folks, of the Yellowstone volcano. And I would be interested to see, I was not monitoring Mary Greeley's report because I was on the air. But okay, we're back in business here on the chat room too. I've got the chat room up.
Perfect.
But Yellowstone typically rings like a bell after an earthquake like this, and since this was in the Yellowstone magma chamber, it wouldn't surprise me that other magma chambers around the globe felt this earthquake as well. We're going to see repercussions from this quake for a good long time. I promise you that. I promise you that. I'm going to bring up the USGS site right now, and I'm going to show you what we see on the USGS site. Okay, why? There we go. It's here. Yay, we're here. We're here. We're here. Okay, I just shared with you the information we're getting out of Idaho and Yellowstone, for that matter, all over the United States. Okay, this is where the earthquakes have hit here in Idaho, Challis, Idaho area. Again, the 6.5 magnitude quake that they want to tell us about was 44 miles west of Challis, Idaho. As you can see right now, the USGS site is showing us now 245 earthquakes, aftershocks. Down south of Challis, 69 kilometers south of there, which is probably close to 45 miles south of Challis, southwest of Challis, we have a 3.5 magnitude quake that just hit. A 3.6 quake hit a short while ago. We've had a 4.6 magnitude quake that hit 72 kilometers. This is actually closer. And this is another issue with the USGS folks, is this earthquake was closer than this other one that just happened. And they say it was 69 kilometers away, and yet this 4.6 they say was 72 kilometers. USGS, get your cotton picking act together.
Right?
You guys are lying to the public. Why are you guys doing this? Why are you doing that? You're lying to the public. This 4.6 was actually closer to the epicenter of the 6.5 quake. Also, another 3.3 aftershock was even closer than this 4.6. And another earthquake, they say was 66 kilometers east of Cascade, Idaho, was a 3.4. A 3.4 aftershock. So these aftershocks are all over the place. This 3.3 they said was 32 kilometers from Cascade. I don't know why they're measuring from Cascade. The 4.6 is from Cascade now. Why are they doing this? This is stupid. 3.6, 3.5. All the aftershocks are measured from Cascade, Idaho, and not from Challis. This is ridiculous, folks. This is totally ridiculous. Let's look at this. I'm going to look at this and we'll see exactly. USGS has now said that they just updated themselves here. We're going to figure out exactly how far this earthquake was from the aftershocks. Okay. Okay. Right now, we've got these aftershocks.
Look at it, how it's in that little shaped line too. It'd be interesting if we could actually see like the fault maps, if they would show us just where that is. But look, it's on a cute little line.
Yes. These aftershocks, folks, the farthest aftershock that I just was found, the farthest aftershock they're saying was a 3.5, 69 kilometers east southeast of Cascade. I have approximately 15 miles. southwest of the main epicenter, which is very interesting to me. 15, maybe 17 miles. Let's look at the very epicenter here. Yeah, it might be 17 miles. The farthest aftershock southwest of the epicenter of the 6.5, 3.5 earthquake. I have like 17 miles away. This other earthquake, this other aftershock that hit just a few minutes ago, that's closer to the epicenter, it looks like it's probably closer to about 10 miles southwest of Challis, Idaho. So, and I'm looking right at the distance calculator that USGS has given us here. Folks, it's not right. They're not being honest with us. Again, the 4.6 magnitude quake happened at 6:48 p.m., which is an hour and 6 minutes after the main shock hit. So the largest aftershock hit an hour and 6 minutes after the main shock. All right, so we have that. You guys see what I'm showing here from the USGS map. Unfortunately, we cannot see fault lines here. I am going to show you the map showing you the fault lines that the EMSC has here. And I'm showing you the satellite. I'm going to be showing you the satellite view. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. We have no fault lines here at all here in Idaho. It's not showing us faults here in Idaho. I'm going to get out of this USGS thing here. This is showing the latest earthquakes, aftershocks. We have 6 aftershocks now from the main quake. The main quake is up here north of everything else. And then the other quakes are here. We've now had 6 recorded aftershocks that they're telling us about. Now I'm going to go over here to Washington. Washington, the earthquakes have not changed at all from what we had here. I thought because of this quake, it might have rattled something else in Washington state. We're still showing the Grand Coulee Dam earthquake. Okay, and again, it's a 0.70. It's a minor tremor at Grand Coulee Dam. Southwest of there, we are showing earthquakes west of Mount Rainier. These 2 earthquakes are west of Mount Rainier. And then we have an earthquake over here at Mount St. Helens. This earthquake at Mount St. Helens, as we showed you in the beginning of our program, when we're not even sure whether we were on the air, but I'm going to show it to you again here. This earthquake was at the summit of Mount St. Helens. Look at that. It's right on the plug of the volcano. Right at the plug. This is the plug that continually rises from the lava beneath it at Mount St. Helens. So this proves everything that we've said about Mount St. Helens, Mount Rainier area when we see earthquakes right at the summit. It proves that there's magma beneath the surface. And just a few weeks ago when I last spoke with USGS geologists about Mount Rainier, and they said, oh, that's not happening. There's no seismic activity. There's no steam coming from the volcano. Folks, I'm sorry, there is. We've got video and we've got pictures. They can say anything they want.
Michael Sweezy in chat says, He's near Fruitland, Idaho, about 50 miles west of Boise on a major fault line. We felt it rumble our house about an hour or more ago. My daughter felt it in Boise. My daughter up near Olympia did not.
Wow, Olympia didn't. That's interesting.
But Spokane folks felt it. That's,
Yep.
you know what I mean? I'm like, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you, BJ.
Yeah.
I asked
Thank
for
you very much.
to pull. Well, that was from Michael. That was Michael Swayze's comment, but BJ gave me the coordinates so I could pull it up on Google Earth for everyone.
Right.
I'm going to pull that up really quick.
Okay, you do. I was going to do it too, but you go ahead and do it.
I can do that. And
this is real interesting. Spokane folks felt it, but over closer to the shore of Washington in Olympia, they did not. Yes, Spokane is east of Olympia, quite a distance actually, probably a good 100 miles, maybe further. But it's interesting that Olympia didn't feel it.
Okay, so, all right, now I gotta get back to the film. Bam, bam. Share my screen. Bam. Bam. So here's the spot. Okay. It does look like there's like some like little fissure thing here. Done it? Done it? I think it does. Ancient fissure at that. Now I'm not as good as Dutch, so you guys are gonna have to give me a break. See, so I'm not as good, but we're trying to get it bigger. I gotta move things out of the way. I want to zoom out really quick. Yeah, I'm not gonna be as slick as Dutch, y'all. You're not getting that quality yet from me. This area. I'll get better without time, but Google Earth, he makes it look easy, y'all, and it's not. It is a trip. So this is the general area of where it occurred. Okay, and we'll zoom out even more to see what we can see.
Yeah, you guys can see there, it's not in a populated area. It's in a deforested area with no trees. It looks to be, now she zoomed it way out here. Okay, we're zooming in right now. You can see that rock there.
Yeah, it's like a ridge. It looks like, or a mountain.
Yeah, it looks like a ridge there.
And then when you go real in, though, you kind of see that fishery thing that I was talking about, though.
Yes, there is a fissure. You're absolutely right. There is a fissure there.
Yeah, and you can kind of see this activity up here. I don't know what this is.
Those are cones. Those are spatter. Those are spatter cones there.
I would assume so because the hole is too big to be something else. So, yeah, you can almost see the little plateau cone up here.
Yes.
Above it. Yeah, there's a nice little hole.
Those are spatter cones. This is part of the volcanic area of Yellowstone. Okay.
Yeah, and there is tree kill. That's true.
Yes, there's a lot of tree kill here.
When you come in, that's true. You got like one good patch, and then everything else is like tree kill. And
now, when we see tree kill here, we can go back to what Terry was showing us about tree kill around the volcanoes. What we see here, folks, with tree kill is usually, especially around volcanoes, we have tree kill because why? We have gases outgassing from the volcano. With the outgassing, it will kill off these trees. Granted that there may also be deforestation, meaning the tree kill may have come from bugs and other such stuff, and that's what they might try to tell us here. But as Scarlett has shown us here, over to the west of this earthquake, we have some spatter cones. We have 3 spatter cones that are completely visible. Scarlett is trying to bring these spatter cones into vision here. You can see them right there. You can see 3 separate spatter cones here in this area. meaning this is a volcanic area and it has erupted, okay? And look, that looks even like there's gas coming from those cones. That's not clouds, folks. That's not clouds.
So definitely an interesting area, that's for sure.
Yes, it is.
Pull it back out a little bit. So here's the actual area. You can see this fishery area here that goes all through down to like this gorge here.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. We definitely have fissuring going all the way down this whole area. So again, this probably is nothing new. And there's no way anyone could have predicted or forecast this particular earthquake. It's wild. It's wild. This whole area here is an area that has had numerous earthquakes. It's had numerous earthquakes in the past, and it will continue to have earthquakes. Over near Challis, Idaho, we've had moderate quakes. We've had small earthquakes as a result of the Yellowstone volcano, because that Challis area is all part of the Yellowstone magma chamber. It's all part of the Yellowstone magma chamber. And in fact, I'm going to find the visual here of the craton, and I'll show it to you here. I'll bring it up here. Woo, we're gonna see some pictures.
Yay!
Sorry, folks, I just had to say that. That was Ron goofing off here.
Hey, we gotta have fun sometimes, Ron.
Yeah, we do. Oh, Joy, we're gonna have fun.
Great. I'll be interested to see. I mean, and what makes these experiences so unique right now too is that obviously we all know about COVID-19.
Yes.
It makes me wonder about shelter in place, and if we get one of these quakes that actually does damage or pulls people out of their homes, all of the people, what happened to all the people in Salt Lake? Where did they end up putting those people?
Yeah. When we had this earthquake, folks, there were people that were displaced. There was one gentleman that he and his wife had bought a house here in Salt Lake City, near the downtown area where these new earthquakes are hitting. Okay, we've had some new earthquakes, and I'm not sure what USGS wants to call those earthquakes, whether they want to try to say, oh, these are all aftershocks. Well, why are they completely separate than the aftershocks from West Valley where the earthquake hit? They can say whatever they want, they're going to say whatever they want. But my whole point of this is that the earthquake aftershocks, if they are indeed aftershocks, have spread. The aftershocks have spread. So, I have to say, I'm calling it on this one. I'm calling it on this one because my whole point of this whole thing is that I believe that there's foreshocks going on. I believe we're going to have a larger earthquake here in the Salt Lake City area. That's my opinion alone, and I want to make that very clear. It's my opinion alone. But when I see something like this, I've got to call a spade a spade. I do. And my opinion is we're going to have a large earthquake. Okay, I'm going to show you the North American craton. Okay, I just pulled it up here. Okay, this is the North American craton. See those dots here? These red dots, northwest of Idaho here, on the northern part of Idaho. This is over in Yellowstone area. Directly southwest of those red dots is where Challis, Idaho is. Okay, right where you see my cursor. This is part of the deformed North American craton. You can, the brown portion is the North American craton itself. The deformed section here encompasses Yellowstone. It goes down from, actually, it's up here in northern Canada as well. It goes all the way from Canada through Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, and look at it, even goes into southwest Texas. The craton itself, the North American craton itself, dips fully into Texas and goes back up into Oklahoma, goes over into Missouri, dips down over into the Arkansas, Tennessee area, where the southernmost part of the North American craton, well, not southernmost part, but the southeastern part of the North American craton dips over here into what? The New Madrid area, folks. The New Madrid area. You can see in Missouri here, these red dots, I believe, are the northern part of the New Madrid Fault. But this, the craton dips into the New Madrid area, goes up into Tennessee. Now we have had earthquakes up in Tiptonville, Tennessee area, which is part of the New Madrid area. And the North American craton goes all the way up the eastern seaboard into Canada. Okay, you can see it here. The deformed part of the craton is also part of the eastern seaboard here too. Now, Pennsylvania, about 6 months ago, deployed a bunch of seismic, well, probably more than 6 months, probably about 8 months ago, deployed about 80 to 100 seismic instruments throughout Pennsylvania. Why? They wanted to track earthquakes in Pennsylvania, and there have been quite a number of earthquakes in Pennsylvania. There have been earthquakes all over the eastern seaboard. And again, the USGS, the American agency, won't tell you that. But guess what? The University of Pennsylvania will. If you go over their seismology department, they'll tell you that they have all sorts of minor earthquakes all up and down from the north side of Pennsylvania to the south side. Okay, but this is the North American craton. It's a perfect, perfect picture of the craton here. Okay, you see this applied section of the North American craton here, craton continental margin here, goes over to the San Andreas Fault, goes up into Canada, Washington, Oregon, California, and even look at this. It goes down into Mexico, folks. The craton goes down into Mexico. Of course it does. It's a continental margin. It's the continental margin. It's no wonder we have earthquakes down in Mexico that are a part of what? The San Andreas Fault. Okay, but this shows the Yellowstone area of Montana, Wyoming, and Idaho. This whole area here is Yellowstone. Okay, but the magma chamber goes up here into northern Montana and all the way down here into southern Idaho before it turns back into Wyoming and comes back up into Yellowstone here. That's what this Yellowstone magma chamber looks like. It's 11 Grand Canyons in size. Now, over here, and yes, I'm not showing you where Mammoth is. I'm pointing pretty much where Mammoth is, part of the deformed craton. Okay, it's over near the Nevada border here, but you can see why Mammoth is here. It's part of the deformed craton. This is also a volcanic area. Mammoth is a volcanic area. But what do we have east of Mammoth Mountain? We have Longs Valley volcano, and it's just as big as Yellowstone. It's a super volcano, folks. This area right here, where you see my cursor, this is Longs Valley, just as big as Yellowstone is up here. Okay, 11 Grand Canyons in size. So we have two super volcanoes. Now, what a lot of people don't know is my cursor here in southwestern Idaho. Guess what, folks? We also have a super volcano right here. Not as large as Yellowstone or Longs Valley, but we have a small super volcano here as well. How do I know that? Because a scientist that used to work for USGS did a video, and it's right here on YouTube. And he talks about this volcano here, this semi-unknown super volcano right here in southwest Idaho. Now, over the years, over millions of years, this whole area that used to be Idaho, well, is now Idaho, used to be part of this whole area here of the Cascades. And gradually over time, this area has moved where we have this super volcano in southwest Idaho. All this area has moved where we have this new super volcano in new. I shouldn't say it's new, it's not new. It's newly discovered, but it's here in southwest Idaho. So we have three super volcanoes right here in a row. Longs Valley here, southwest Idaho here, and Yellowstone volcano. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that little science lesson that I just gave you. Scarlett, how long do we have on? Do we have another show coming on Monday night or Tuesday night? Hello, Scarlett. Well, it's already 8:04 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. We're already over the 2-hour limit because we started a little bit late because of screwball stuff that happened on the internet. But we haven't touched on the coronavirus. Prior to me even trying to come on the air, the presidential task force for the coronavirus ended their broadcast at 5:45 p.m. tonight, and they detailed exactly what is going on with the coronavirus. It has now killed over 3,000 people here in the United States. That's more than what was reported in China. But again, we know that China lied. What else is new? But we're over 3,000 people here in the United States that have been affected by the coronavirus. I'm going to quickly show you what has gone on over here with the coronavirus today. Bring up the website right now. The coronavirus, the number of cases, the total cases right now are 858,548 worldwide. The total death toll now is 42,150. We've had a total of 178,099 people that have recovered from the virus. We have 605,000 people that have mild condition, a mild case of the coronavirus. We have 32,898 people that are seriously or critically ill from the coronavirus. Now, it's unreal. 178,000 people recovered. We've had 42,150 deaths. okay? In the United States today, as of today, we have 188,530 cases of the coronavirus now. Why do we have all those cases? Because we have new tracking methods, number one. Two, we have more testing kits, test kits for the coronavirus. And by the way, Abbott Pharmaceutical, as of yesterday, debuted their new testing kit that within 15 minutes, their test kit will tell you whether you have the coronavirus or not. Now, they have said that they have 100,000 test kits that are available, and they are bringing more and more out every day. I still believe there are people that have been wandering around here in the United States that have had the coronavirus and didn't even know it.
Now,
One, we didn't have the test kits.
Ron, why was there an article that I read the other day that said coronavirus has been around for decades? This is coronavirus. And so they just didn't know what it was and what it was called. And was this the disease that was dropping little kids like flies, that was giving them the poliomyelitis? Was this the vaping disease? You know, and yeah, was this lung vaping disease? Because we didn't know what that was, and that was dropping young people like flies very quickly.
Yeah.
I think it has been around for a very long time, and
I
it
agree.
just culminated and sparked into what we've gotten now. You know, people, vectors, you know.
They're calling this the novel coronavirus, the new coronavirus, meaning it's separated from the MERS, the FERS, or whatever the other viruses were.
MERS, and then now this new novel coronavirus, and then the other 6 coronaviruses that existed that were like the common cold.
Right. I resent what they've done. Okay, I think I made my point completely clear with my opposition to what they've done. Okay. Now, I don't believe that President Trump is responsible for what is going on. I don't believe he has anything to do with it.
He's one man, and all the money and stuff has to go through Congress, or else they would call him totalitarian. And so I don't quite understand. Remember in February, Ron, when I was like, and we were on this program, and I was like, you know, where's Congress? How come they're not saying anything? Remember that?
Yeah, it was a cover-up.
It wasn't because they sat quiet for weeks, knowing that coronavirus was around, knowing that people were dying in China and that people were traveling all around the world and what the predictions were. And they sat and waited until it got bad to then, at first, you got Ilhan Omar saying, oh, but we praise Trump for his actions. Now they're trying to slam him to the wall. Well, you can't have it both ways, okay? Either he did something and was proactive, or he was underreactive, but you can't win them all either. But this is just, you cannot blame one man. You know, I had said something to a friend in Africa because, you know, they feel like, you know, it's not going to come to them, it's not going to be as bad. And I'm like, look, it will be. But, you know, people were blaming Trump, and I said, what is Trump? Trump is one man. What is he supposed to do? Is he supposed to fight the virus with his bare hands? You know, I'm just not quite understanding where they think, look, 188,000 cases, y'all. Look at that, 188,000 cases.
Yeah, 3,889 deaths. Now, folks, just 2 days ago, we were saying that it just passed 3,000. Yep. We're getting 1,000 more deaths every 2 days.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to pass 4,000 probably within the next 24 hours. By this time tomorrow night, will be over 4,000 deaths here in the United States. Mark my word.
Night I said 3 to 4 days and we would hit 1 million cases. And so we're getting close.
Now there's Dr. Fauci and Dr. Birx, B-I-R-X, I believe her last name is. Today, they were saying that we would possibly, within the next 4 weeks, go up to 1.5 million cases. Now, the only way they said that would not happen is if we quarantined ourselves, if we were good boys and girls and paid attention and made sure that we kept 6 foot distance from anybody, we didn't get near anybody, quarantined ourselves, then we can stop this virus. Okay. Meantime, it's a worldwide virus. Almost a million people have been infected. 858,000 people have been infected over that. These numbers are going to change by this weekend, where it's going to be over 1 million people worldwide that have been having this virus. And that's only the people that were tested.
By Friday at the latest.
Okay.
Friday.
Now, Scarlett knows me very well.
I do.
Scarlett and I are very close guys. And being that we are part of the Freedom Revolution Network, she's been with me for months and months and months.
We've almost been together a year, Ron. Isn't that crazy?
It is. It's almost a year now. But
Yeah.
Scarlett's seen me. She's seen me sicker than a dog up until about 2.5, 3 weeks ago. And I started getting better because I was taking everybody's advice.
Yep.
Everybody's advice. Vitamins, garlic oil, this and that. I've done everything. And I'm finally better. I am finally not sick. My doctor wants me quarantined until at least Thursday or Friday this week, and I may stay in longer than that. Now, I may try to go mow my lawn tomorrow. My lawn is getting green and it's getting long. It's almost 6 inches long, folks. That's how long my lawn is. And so I've got to go out and mow it. But I'm going to go out and mow my lawn probably tomorrow, but I will wear a mask and I will wear goggles over my eyes so I don't get pollen and dirt and garbage being blown around by my mower. I'm going to protect myself so I don't get sick again. And that's what I advise each and every one of you to do. Now, yes, I'm showing this report page of the coronavirus. I don't want any of you to get sick. Scarlett and I want everybody to stay well. If you have the ability to have a N95 or a P95 mask, wear it. Wear it outside, please. Please. If you don't have a P95 mask, I will show you what I've worn around up until now outside. That is a surgical mask.
Now,
you can get these almost anywhere. Finally getting them back in Walmart.
I work with, now we got to get you on the ADRF channels, Ron, but there's a gentleman we work with and he is an EMT. He said double them up.
Good idea.
That's what he's been told to do because it creates a better micro.
Double barrier.
Yep, exactly. It has to go through two. So they said double them up. And then if you need UVC lights, you know, a lot of them are sold in handheld models under $50 that you can use. And those can truly help you sanitize your masks. That's what healthcare professionals are being told to do. So I highly recommend that.
Right. Now, we're showing these numbers here, different countries. Let's look at the United States. Okay. United States coronavirus, again, 188,530, 3,889 deaths so far. By tomorrow, this will be up over 4,000. 7,251 people have recovered. Now, I believe, and Scarlett, I think, also believes that I probably had the coronavirus. I believe it.
Yeah.
But when I was sick, they didn't have test kits even here in Salt Lake City. They didn't have test kits. Nobody knew. Nobody knew. But look here at the numbers. New York, 75,983, almost 76,000 people. 1,550 deaths in New York. New Jersey, 18,000, almost 19,000 people with the virus. 267 deaths. Over 18,000 active cases there. Let's look at Utah. We've had 5 deaths now here in Utah. Okay, 887 Yesterday it was 809. Now it's 887, 887 cases here in Utah. Okay, 78 more cases than yesterday. We now have 5 deaths. The person that died today was older than 18 and younger than 60. That's all they're telling us. That's all they're telling us. We have 882 active cases, 5 deaths here in Utah. Now, Governor Herbert here in Utah had said that he was going to talk to President Trump this evening. The latest information that I have was that Utah is grappling with the possibility of having a statewide stay-at-home order. Governor Herbert has been hesitating to issue a statewide order here in Utah. Arizona has now issued a statewide order. Houston and Austin, Texas, Louisiana, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, New Jersey, New York. There's 15 states now with stay-at-home orders. But I've got this news article right here. This just came up a short while ago. As Utah's government and health officials work to draft and implement measures to ensure residents are social distancing to prevent further spread of the COVID-19, questions whether officials will follow other states by issuing a mandatory statewide stay-at-home order remain. Governor Herbert announced that statewide he was asking people to stay safe and stay home. The mayor of Salt Lake County, we have 2 mayors. We have Salt Lake City and we have Salt Lake County. The mayor of Salt Lake County has ordered a Salt Lake County wide stay-at-home order. So now all of us here in Salt Lake County, and I'm on the very south portion of Salt Lake County, so I do have to stay at home. But Governor Herbert, as of this morning, was going to talk to the president about an emergency manager issue declaration, emergency management declaration, so that he could order a stay-at-home order here in Utah, plus get federal funding to help with the coronavirus. But he is still asking Utahns to abide by strict hygiene standards by washing your hands with soap for at least 20 seconds, avoiding face touching, stay away from your face, covering your coughs or sneezes with your elbow or Kleenex or a handkerchief or something to avoid spreading your germs. According to the directive Friday that Governor Herbert ordered, travel should be limited only to essential travel, such as safety relocate of an individual whose safety is at risk, obtaining food, seek emergency services such as doctor's visits, perform work that cannot be performed remotely, or to engage in recreational activities, meaning, I got a hair in my mouth, meaning going to a park. We are still allowed to go to parks as long as we stay at least 6 feet away from anybody not in our household. We can go for walks around our neighborhood as long as nobody from any other household gets within 6 feet of us. And no more than 10 people can be together at any one time. Okay? Businesses and nonprofits should respond in a flexible way by varying levels of disease transmission in the community and refine business response plans. We've been talking about emergency preparedness plans. This should be part of your emergency preparedness plans. Encouraging employees and volunteers to work at home if at all possible, and utilize video and conferencing services. And if you have to be at work, stay at least 6 feet away from anybody else. Okay? The directives for businesses and nonprofits do not apply to healthcare professionals, law enforcement officials, faith leaders, or charitable organizations. Okay, like I said, the Utah County Commission, the mayor of Utah, the mayor of the county, excuse me, not mayor of Utah, the mayor of Salt Lake County on Friday issued a statement supporting the governor's directive, but taking it a step further by declaring a stay-at-home order here in our county. So the county's more stringent than the state right now, but that could change tonight or by tomorrow, when the governor, I believe, is going to issue a statewide order to stay home. The mayor of Salt Lake County said that her order is going to be enforced by law enforcement if violated. Now, the sheriff of Salt Lake County and the local police departments here in the county, which there's numerous cities within Salt Lake County, and each police department chief has said, yes, they will enforce the order, but first they will try to educate. If those of you in your own states, counties, and jurisdictions, if you don't abide by this 6-foot order and no more than 10 people in a group, and if you are in a group of 10 or more, you will be contacted, I promise you that. But stay out of large groups, please. You don't need to be sick. Stay home whenever possible. It doesn't mean you can't go out in your yard. You can. And you can be with those people who are members of your own household. But anybody else, at least 6 feet away from them. Okay? Do not go to children's playgrounds and play on playground equipment. Stay away from those. Here in Salt Lake County and throughout the state, they're telling children to stay away from playground equipment, but you can go to those playgrounds. You can run, you can walk, you can exercise. You just can't play on the equipment. They have open basketball courts and other sports courts to people that want to do a game of basketball among family members or individuals. In other words, to shoot hoops. But you can't be with anybody else other than those people in your household. It's for individual and families use of basketball courts. That is what they're saying here in Utah. Okay.
And I think that's important. You know, I mean, but at the same time too, if everybody's going to catch the disease, we can't, necessarily be locked down forever either. No. So there's going to have to be some happy medium.
Yeah, absolutely.
Living and yet being quite aware of this virus. And I think this is finally, how many years have we told people, if you're sick, stay at home. If you're sick, stay at home.
We've been saying this forever.
You know, and so one of the things that I did get for myself was a homeopathy kit, and my camera is giving me the hardest time right now, but we'll try to see what we can work with right now, okay? Oh, well, so I got a homeopathy kit, right? And we'll see if people can actually see what the remedies are, but that's not the point. The point is that something like this helps. It actually works with the energetic level of your body. And so it's a good thing to have around right now, because when you're being not even able to go into hospitals and they're turning most people away for even basic treatment for anything, it's a good idea to have something like that in the house. Now, what goes with that is a book like this, the Complete Homeopathy Handbook. This one is recommended by many homeopathists, many naturopaths. It's a really good book. It kind of just explains what goes on and how to prescribe, because there is an actual way. You can't just take remedies and expect them to work.
No, please don't do that.
It has to, because you'll take them and then you'll be like, this doesn't work, Scarlett. I'm sorry, it doesn't work. Okay.
And you might poison yourself.
No, these are nothing can actually hurt you. So you can take as many homeopathy remedies as you'd like. But that won't hurt you, but it won't necessarily help you either. And they're not cheap, so it's not something you want to waste.
No, you don't want to do
With
that.
that being said, so that there's no harm done in that, so you can take whatever you want, but you want to know how to actually prescribe appropriately. And so it's a good book, like I said here, The Complete Homeopathy Handbook by Miranda Castro. Something good to have in the house. And then I also have homeopathic medicine at home, so you can treat things at home. Because I think right now I don't even think I can keep my camera up, because I think right now it's important to be using things like this to heal your body naturally, because we're not going to get very many choices right now to go into the hospital. Basically, from what I'm being told, even locally, if you don't have COVID and you're not like having trouble breathing, you're really not getting admitted.
No, you're not. No.
You know, all elective, pretty much non-emergency surgeries are not happening right now. You need something to find other ways to help treat your body. And basically with homeopathy, just about anything and everything can be treated with it.
Right.
And it is safe.
Yeah. Hurricane Heather says that she hasn't gone anywhere for weeks, and she's not about to go anywhere either. That's not such a bad idea.
No, if you don't have to, you know, and I get that people are usually able to move. Right. And I get that, you know, a lot of people's lives are busy, right? But what this time might be teaching all of us is how to slow down, how to appreciate what's around us, and how to navigate when life is not as fast paced.
Yeah.
We may see cataclysms in the future that make this time seem like peanuts. Yeah. So I think we need to appreciate the slowness and the stillness. And I've seen a lot of people complaining, you know, this is driving me crazy. I can't. And I think it's more just because they've been told not to, that they feel like they need to, because I feel a lot of these people really weren't going out that much before. But now that they don't have the choice, it's a big issue. Right. So just try to find during this time, try to find a new hobby. Try to find an activity that brings you passion and joy.
Right.
You don't have to turn it into home captivity. I think that's the wrong mindset. I think to have positivity about, oh, now I have time to start this item, and now I have time to start this project. And, you know, I've always wanted to clean that back closet, but I've never done it. Well, now a lot of people have the time. So now is the time to do those sorts of things.
Yeah. Yes. Now's the time to take care of yourself. Really. Absolutely. Honestly.
Self-care. It's very important right now. And I think people have been missing that in their lives, and people have been, you know, moving too fast. And I think it's time to start thinking about how we can take care of ourselves better. I think that's important.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Just take care of yourself. Sharon says the last time she was out was March 7th for a doctor's appointment for an hour, and then she came back home. That's not such a bad idea. You know, if you're sick, stay home. Take care of yourself. Get better. That's what I've done exclusively for the last week and a half. I haven't gone anywhere. Before that, I went to the store a couple times wearing a mask. And tomorrow when I go out, I'll wear 2 masks. I'll be wearing goggles. You think I'm from space.
You know, and, you know, he also said, too, it may look crazy, the EMT guy, he said it may look crazy, but even wearing a barrier like trash bags
yes,
on your clothing is not a bad idea either, because then you could take it off easily and be less contaminated.
Right.
So that's an option. I know people are going to look at you crazy like you're a space alien, but I mean, let's think about it. Otherwise, you literally have to strip your clothes at the door and then run to the shower to make sure that you can decontaminate yourself appropriately.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it lives on glass up to 96 hours.
Yes. You know, you just have to be very, very careful. Sharon just told me to slow down, Ron, because I've been talking about going outside doing my lawn tomorrow. But Sharon said slow down. I still want to go out and mow my lawn, or at least try. I'm going to at least try. But Connie says she was last out in February 28th. Wow. Way to go, Connie. Gosh, unreal.
Yeah, some people don't have to leave if you have the proper thing. So the only place that otherwise since then, the only place that I have left to go is the farm. That's it.
Right.
I go to the farm once a week. I milk cows because cows don't care about the coronavirus.
Right.
They could care less. So we have to go feed them and the pigs and all that. So that's the only place I've been really going. We went to the store maybe 2 to 3 weeks ago. Otherwise, we had Instacart delivered, which if people have Instacart availability in their area, I highly recommend using.
Yeah.
They found everything I needed except for toilet paper.
Yeah.
So that was good.
That is good.
Yeah.
We actually have toilet paper now. Walmart doesn't have any, but Costco has it, and the Kroger store, Smith's here in Utah, has it. Kroger, there really hasn't been a huge problem. For a couple days, they were without paper. Costco was without paper for about 24 hours, and then they limited toilet paper to 1 package per person per day. The same thing with water now. It's 1 case of water per day per person. I still advise people, if it's possible, to get a case of water. That's nothing wrong with that. I got a testing device for our water. Speaking of water, I got a testing device.
Instacart actually is not everyone's on strike. Instacart sent out an email last night stating they're giving their workers 2 weeks paid leave. They're giving them sanitizer. They're giving them masks. And so they got what they wanted. So I don't think they're on strike anymore because they got what they wanted. Yes, which I think is amazing. You know, would Instacart workers ever have got 2 weeks paid off before this? Because they're independent contractors.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's one thing. Like, we don't get paid if we get sick. I mean, hopefully the network will survive if me or Mel gets sick. But, you know, I don't know if that happens. You know, so I mean, they're really lucky that Instacart is willing to give them those 2 weeks paid time off, sanitizer, and all of the things that they asked for. So yeah, I don't think they're on strike anymore because they did come out with that. Now, I don't know about Amazon people, but we have to be really careful about this because if Amazon's logistics get messed up, or the United States Postal Service, which is already talking about closing in June, we could end up with no way of sending packages.
Right.
And
folks, guess what? As of yesterday, the U.S. Postal Service is saying since they were not given any money out of the stimulus, that they may have to shut down starting April 1st because they don't have enough money. During the coronavirus now here in the United States, the U.S. Postal Service has seen a decrease in business because of the coronavirus. People have not been going to the post office or mailing letters. We still are getting mail to my P.O. box from businesses such as the power and the gas company and such like that, but very little other. And yes, folks, we are still getting cards and letters from you. Thank you very much. It's wonderful getting cards and letters from you. Thank you so much. We love it. But quite honestly, the Postal Service may have to shut down.
Yep.
Because they don't have enough money.
No.
Go figure.
You know, I'm already not getting packages at my place. They refuse to deliver them because they claim we don't have a safe area since our office is closed, which is ridiculous because Amazon brings the packages to my door. So U.S. Postal Services, they don't have enough time, but Amazon does. So I feel like Amazon's winning right now to some degree.
Yeah.
But at the same time, not, because you can't get certain things. Certain remedies are sold out in the stores, and it's like a lot of natural stuff, and I feel attacked.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like they're trying to keep a lot of the natural remedies and, you know, things like OSHA syrup or the deep lung and herbals, or, you know, just certain things that, you know, would be helpful during this time. Vitamin C powder. You know, some of this stuff is on back order till, you know, mid-April, mid-May. That's not sustainable during a crisis when, unless you're literally dying, you can't go to the hospital.
Right.
I mean, this is dangerous.
It is
This is
dangerous.
why so many people are dying too.
Yeah. It's
And
very
now
dangerous.
they're talking about, making rules for, across the board, universal, do not resuscitate for certain types of people with certain conditions. That's pretty scary.
That is scary.
I mean, that's playing eugenics and playing God, saying they have two, mental retardation, they're not going to intubate and they won't resuscitate. And, that's going a little too far. I get people are going to die. I get this is the largest amount of people who will die. So this is what they're projecting. We don't know what's actually going to happen. But to start to say certain people aren't worth saving, this is exactly what Obama was talking about with death panels and picking and choosing who gets to live or die. And we're watching it happen right now in America. And it's a very scary feeling, that my life versus someone else's could be determined to be invalid.
Yeah. Now, the governor of New York the other day said that it wasn't necessary to have a DNR. There's no reason for anybody with the coronavirus to have a DNR, which means a do not resuscitate order. Okay? Don't be going there, folks. You don't have to do that.
People have been signing them, though. Older people have been signing do not resuscitate. Yep. They said they want to save the ventilators for young people.
Yeah. Don't do that, folks. There's no reason for it.
Your life is just as important as a young person.
Yes.
We have the technology. I mean, if that's truly your wishes and no one can stop you from your true wishes, that's true.
Yeah.
But I would definitely think about it more than just a whim, because we don't know how this will turn out. We've only been knowing and talking about this for 3 months, going on 4 months now. So it's not that well known.
Yeah.
So there's so many things that people are making knee-jerk reactions about that I think those type of decisions take time. Yes, we don't have the time, but those are situations that need to be considered.
Yeah, I agree. Not to change the subject, but Dutch said this, and I need to say this, is that this 6.5 to 7.0 earthquake that happened today over in Idaho, that energy is going to go east and it's going to go south. Okay, Salt Lake City is in a direct line for that energy. Now, it may also go over to the San Andreas Fault, California, Nevada. Okay, you folks also need to be aware of this energy. It's going to transfer. That energy is going to transfer across and through the plate. It's going to go south and it's going to go east. Okay, not necessarily, I don't think it necessarily may go over to the San Andreas Fault. It's possible. It's possible. It usually doesn't flow west. It usually goes east. But for you guys that are east of Idaho, and I'm talking, this is in northern Idaho, folks, north central Idaho. Anybody up in northern Colorado, Wyoming, Montana, North Dakota, you guys are going to see earthquakes. Okay? Over in Oklahoma, which is the New Madrid Fault, Oklahoma, you guys are especially going to see an increase in earthquakes. You may see 4s and 5s in Oklahoma. And as the pressure transfers across the plate, across and through the plate, even over within the next few days, the eastern part of the United States may also see earthquakes. You folks need to be ready for it, Texas included. Now, for you folks, and I know we have them, because we have people from the New Madrid area that watch our program, that follow our program. You guys also are going to see an increase in earthquakes and intensities. Okay, it's going to happen now. We did not think that Idaho would have a 6.5. We didn't think so. But it's had it. The pressure is going to go east. So you folks need to be ready. You folks need to be ready. We've seen it happen. Pamela is saying that Highway 75 west of Clayton, Idaho, there are rocks on the highway. You folks need to be aware of that too. Okay? Please be aware of falling rock, especially in the Idaho area right now. Arlo says HHS shot that down. You know, HHS doesn't know everything either. I don't know. And I respect, okay, don't get me wrong, please, don't get me wrong. Alex from HHS is a good man. He's a good man. President Trump got a great man in HHS. And I also believe Dr. Carson is one of the best people that we could have had also in Health and Human Services as well. I think he's actually in housing and urban development. But those two men are probably the greatest people. Greatest people. Yes, Pamela, Pennsylvania too, absolutely. But Fracklehoma, you guys need to be ready. Fracklehoma, you guys need to be ready. It's going to happen. Texas, you guys need to be ready. I promise you, it's coming. Pennsylvania, you folks need to be ready. Your governor has put seismographs, excuse me, sensors in the ground all over Oklahoma. That was a great thing because now we're going to hear about earthquakes in Pennsylvania. Minnesota, Scarlett, you're going to see earthquakes there, I believe. I think it's coming. I think it's coming.
We'll see. We've had a few, but they've never been big. So.
Yeah. I'd be interested to see what's going on down there in our old southern Minnesota area where we've had those non-reported earthquakes with opening the fissures. It was this time last year.
It was.
This time last year. So, Kathy, welcome, Hawaii. Kathy's here from Hawaii, folks. Aloha.
Welcome.
Yeah. Kathy Paina from Hawaii. Thank you for joining us, Kathy.
Thank everybody for joining us. We appreciate it.
We love you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome.
Well, and we wouldn't be able to do this without all of you. So, just consider and we're going to have a few more new shows coming up as well. We're getting people trained in this week. And so we're going to have a lot of new content. Next week, we're going to have a karaoke show. We're going to have a lot of stuff going on. So we're going to have a little bit of fun here on the Freedom Revolution Network besides all of the, tough stuff and, hard topics. So just bear with us. If you like what we do, let us know. Subscribe and like on YouTube. Tell your friends. We'd like to get to 1,000 subscribers so we can go mobile. Not like we can go anywhere right now, but actually news media can go places. Yes, so if we can get 1,000 subscribers, we could at least go live from the Freedom Revolution Network YouTube at certain points and go see what's out there.
Yeah. Also, here on YouTube right now, we have 28 likes. We've got 29, 30 people now in the chat room. Hey, guys, hit that like button, smash it. Let's get the likes up over 30, maybe even 40. I know there are people lurking. I know for a fact people are lurking. Hit that like button, folks. Make it go nuts. Make it go nuts. we need the likes. We need to make this show go viral all over YouTube like it was over on the Emergency Management Associates page. And we're going to be doing some updates over there as well to see if we can increase the likes over here by going on our own channel. Wandering American asks, could this be because of the earthquake in Idaho? Could this be because of the solar minimum? It could very well be because of the solar minimum. We presently had, well, just a couple days ago, we had another coronal hole open up on the sun, and tons of solar wind came pouring out of it. So, folks, you need to be aware that just because we're in a solar minimum doesn't mean that the coronal holes don't open up, because they do. And we have had CMEs. Last week, we had a CME hit the Earth last Wednesday, Thursday time period. Okay. Plus, we have radiation from the solar wind. We have cosmic radiation coming down as well. All of these affect the earthquakes. They're heating up the plates. It's like putting grease beneath the plates of the Earth. It's heating them up, and there's going to be plates moving. And you're welcome, Wandering America. That's one reason why I like having the chat open up, so we can talk to you, so we can talk with each other. And yes, also consider donating to our coronavirus dollar bomb. Okay? We want to be able to help people.
Absolutely.
We're doing that. Dorothy and Connie, everything's going great, honestly. We appreciate seeing you here too. And be advised, we love seeing you, matter of fact. And yes, my wife is doing fine. And thank you for asking about her the last while. It's awesome to see you guys here. Thank you. Anyway. Do we have another program coming on tonight?
I do. Dwayne may be on tonight later. I don't know.
I just didn't want to occupy the air and not let the programs go.
No, there's not tonight. There's a new show that will be starting that will start coming on around, I think, like 9 o'clock Pacific or something like that, or 7. I don't know. We got some new shows. We'll announce the times on the website. Make sure you stay tuned on freedomrevolutionnetwork.com to get all of the information about new shows. Like I said, next weekend, well, I guess this Saturday, we're starting the Survivalist Martini and Karaoke show. So tune in for that. That'll be Saturday nights. So tune in for that. We're going to do a couple hours of karaoke, a little bit of libations, a little bit different show. So we'll have special guests. I have a couple bartenders lined up to come in and show us how to make a few things. It's going to be a good time.
Hey, karaoke, guys, this is going to be awesome. This is going to be absolutely awesome. You guys
will be able to join, so get ready. We're going to do it like if we were like in a virtual kind of, bar, and everybody will get their turn and they'll get to do their song. And I have a bunch of songs too. And I have a bunch of things that we could pull up. So I'm going to try to play with the formatting. I'm trying to start it this Saturday. Bear with me, and we'll get it started, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I want to sing, guys. Where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? You searched the world over and thought you found true love, and you met another and I was gone. Oh, yeah. Yes, I'm crazy, guys.
Yeah, it's going to be such a fun time. So we're trying to open up, a little bit different avenue and type of shows. We have somebody who's going to be doing like meditation and yoga. So that'll be excited. Her name's Indigo. So we're going to be excited to have her on the network. She's going to do Wednesday afternoons. So everybody who's listening Wednesday afternoons early, be ready for a new show to help you center, help your mind, help you relax. Like I said, we're going to find new things to do, new outlets to have.
Yeah, this is great.
Also
be advised, since we talk about seismic activity, we've had mostly 3s, 4s, and 5s all around the planet. Today, until we had this 6.5, we hadn't had any fives around the planet. Now we have tons of fours, and now we have that 6.5. Okay, we've had no really large earthquakes today until we had that Idaho quake, and now we have quakes literally surrounding up and down Java, north to south and west. We have quakes going across northern India and China. We have quakes going around the northern craton of Iran and over into Europe. Europe is being hit now, and we have earthquakes up and down the west coast of the United States. We have 100+ earthquakes now. Plus we have an earthquake in Canada, in British Columbia, Canada. We have a 3.1 up there, just north of this 6.5 in Idaho. It's incredible. So folks, it's happening. We even have a 3.9 north of San Felipe, down in the northern Gulf of California. Got a 3.9 down there. Holy crap. And guess what, folks? Now in Imperial Valley. Imperial Valley. Remember me talking about the Salton Sea yesterday? Holtville, California. We have earthquakes in Holtville, California. A bunch of them. A bunch of them. Let me show you really quick. We have a 2.64 in Holtville. Okay, but that's not the only thing. That's not the only one. We have 3 other quakes there. We have a 1.51. We have a 2.69. And further south in Holtville, we have a 1.45, also in Holtville, California. So the Imperial Valley, south of the Salton Sea, and I will show you that right here. Holtville is south of the Salton Sea there. We have, let me show you something here. Over here we have Nyland, California. Nyland, California. This is part of the San Andreas, or what they call the Imperial Fault. The San Andreas goes right beside the Salton Sea, comes down all along the south of the Salton Sea where the Salton Butte volcano is right here. And then it continues and cuts through Imperial County and goes into Mexico. The interesting thing is, just west of Holtville, the Imperial Fault, or the San Andreas Fault, goes just west of Holtville. So these earthquakes are right alongside the doggone San Andreas Fault. And these earthquakes down here in the Gulf of California near San Felipe, this 3.9, it's right beside the fault too. Right through the middle of the Gulf of California. Go figure. So folks, that's our show when it comes to earthquakes. Idaho is rocking. Idaho now has 10 earthquakes. 10+ earthquakes. This is what it looks like now. We have the main shocker, the 5.7, or excuse me, the 6.7/7.0 is right here. And you can see the 10+ earthquakes, aftershocks, all around it. Most of them are southwest of the main shock. We have let's start up here on the north side. There's a 3.2. Then we have 3.1 just directly south, a 3.4 south and west. And then I won't show you the rest of these. We have 3.1s, 4.4s. I'll show you that. 4.4 there. That's the large one there, the largest one, which is a moderate quake. 3.3, 3.4s, 3.8s, 4.6. Here's a 4.6. 4.6s, and further going south, 3.4s, 3.6, 3.5, and then southwest, we have another 3.3 there. So we have a lot of 3s and a few 4s as a result of the 6.7 to 7.0 magnitude earthquake from today up in Idaho. Like I said, these earthquakes are going to continue south and west of Idaho. I wouldn't be surprised that we have a shaker here on the Wasatch Fault, even as early as tonight. So you guys here in Salt Lake, guess what, folks? Get ready to rock and roll. Shake, rattle, and roll. Let's get out the music, folks, and let's karaoke. Shake, rattle, and roll. Shake, rattle, and roll. Woo! Come on, let's go. Let's do this.
I'm excited. Anyway, I've been wanting to do this show for like 2 weeks, so I've just been trying to get the people together and try to figure out how we do it, because I have lots of karaoke CDs, so we won't get copyrighted. I just got to pull those out and, use like a lot of karaoke mixes off of YouTube. Like I said, instrumentals, stuff like that, so we don't get copyrighted. But a lot of people are doing it, and I found a few groups. Like 3 days after I announced we were going to do this show, I found some groups that were doing virtual karaoke. So I thought it'd be a great show to have, and just a little bit of fun. And
a little bit of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun, and we can have cocktails, and it's like Club FRN. So yes. Come join us. Put your feet up, enjoy, laugh, have a good time. There might be good singers. There might be bad singers. It's just like the bar, you guys. You never know what you're going to get.
Folks, the last time I sang...
But it's like Cheers, where everybody knows your name.
Yeah. Exactly.
We'll always be glad you came.
Yeah. That's the truth. Folks, the last time I sang karaoke, I was on a cruise ship that left San Diego and went down to Mexico. And after I got through singing karaoke, I left and went down to this casino they had and just wandered around the casino. I put a quarter in, $1 and $300 popped out. I took the $300 and went back to the karaoke place. And as soon as they saw me standing in the door of the karaoke place, they started clapping, Ron, 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 we want Ron back. Anyway, I did another one.
Right, an encore.
Yeah, I did a Barry Manilow song. And I'll do it again. I'll do it on this channel.
I was thinking about doing it right after your program on Saturday. So I don't know if you want to start a little earlier so we can get into it a little earlier, or
we
what?
We might do that. We might be able to do that.
If you started at like 6, then we can start at 8, which is like 9 my time, and then go till whenever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So that was my idea, to make it kind of fun and a good atmosphere.
Yeah.
Everybody seems to like it. So yeah, Ron and I will solidify it, but it'll definitely be after Ron's program, or we might remove Ron's program a little bit earlier on Saturday to then allot for everybody to come in for karaoke nights.
Yeah. I actually, it was funny when I came back after I got applause and they teased me to come back, and I did that Barry Manilow song. I knew the song by heart. I didn't even have to look at the lyrics. And I wandered around with the microphone, and I sung to every lady in that bar. I sang to every one of them. And I got a standing ovation that night.
Yeah, we should be able to screen share like instrumentals so people could have the words. I'm gonna figure this out. We're gonna figure it out. I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna make it happen. We're gonna have karaoke night, and it's gonna be called the Survivalist Martini and Karaoke Show.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Make a drink. We'll have like a themed drink.
I've got mine right here.
Right. For libations, there'll be alcohol-free drinks that we'll make too, but we'll have ideas for a drink that we'll give one recipe out at the beginning of the show, then start out with the songs and have a good time.
Yeah. Thanks, Dorothy. Yeah, I was a heartbreaker at one time. I don't break hearts anymore.
See, Mark, that's why it's going to be the survivalist martini and karaoke hour, because I can only really get good in it once I have a couple drinks. So it's why we've decided to make it a happy hour show, because I was going to do just a happy hour roundtable show. But then I was like, why not bring singing into it? Because that's fun.
Exactly.
And we can have a good time, get to know each other, and just kind of get to have that connection that we don't have outside of always talking about stressful things.
Yes.
You know, just something fun, easygoing, a good time.
And no DUIs, guys. Don't let me hear about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody should have butts at home. Why this is the Safe Club FRN and the Martini Survivalist Martini and karaoke show. So nobody has to worry about that. You're all in the comforts of your own home, watching all together, and we'll have a good time. And there can be up to 100 people. So, you know, we'll have everybody muted. We'll have everybody take their turn. And then we'll go around the room until there isn't time.
Pamela says, who's going to play Norm? Maybe I'll play Norm. That's fun.
Yeah, Marshall, it's kind of like quarantine karaoke. Absolutely. That's exactly what we're kind of doing. Since the bars aren't open and no one can go enjoy karaoke, we're going to bring karaoke live to everybody on the Freedom Revolution Network. Because I don't know if anybody else is really doing it live. Like, I've seen people doing it recorded, and maybe a few people have been doing Zooms about it, but like I haven't seen it brought to this level. So I want to do it before anybody else. And we'll just have people come in and have a good time. And I'm expecting that we'll get a lot more different crowd than what we usually have here on the network. So I'm excited for that too.
Yeah, that will be cool. That will be awesome. Also, if you guys are packing, if you know what I mean, unload it and take it off. I don't want to have anybody doing something dumb with the tool that they are carrying.
Yes.
Make sure you unload it and take it off. I'm carrying. I'll be honest with you. I've got something here.
Right.
You guys may not see it, but I do.
Yeah, don't come to Ron, fellas. Ron's not playing, y'all.
Yeah, I don't play. Excuse me, I do play. But I'm not messing around with what's going on either. I'm not going to play these games. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Anyway, folks, I think we're going to get out of here. What do you think, Scarlett?
Yeah, I think so. I think we can leave everybody. Since we didn't hear really too many reports of anything damaging or anything that would require us to kind of stay on the air, I got to get up early tomorrow, another day of distance learning, everyone. And they want me to talk about vaccines. And so the school ain't ready for this. The school should have never brought this up because they are not ready for the report they're going to get.
No.
Yeah, they shouldn't have asked. But this distance learning thing, do not recommend.
Yeah.
Do not recommend. They want me to do everything that all like 7 teachers of his do all day long. And I'm one person.
Yeah.
And so I can't, it's not easy. Like, I'd rather unschool and homeschool myself because I could teach my own topics rather than having the pre-made topics. So
I wish you could be on the air.
Yeah. So far, day 1 was okay. But if this is going to be the rest of the school year,
yeah, I know.
Save me, everyone. I'm very concerned.
I am too. I'm very concerned.
Yeah, BJ, I miss the old Lounge Lizard days. We still have some places up here that were like that, like the Vegas Lounge that was open 24/7, that had like a real seedy atmosphere. I like that place, but all they do is karaoke 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
So we had some places like that here, and so the culture still kind of stayed alive, and that's kind of what I want to bring to the new show. And I hope everybody else will enjoy it too and actually come and participate, because this is a show where we're going to want you to participate.
Yes.
This isn't going to be news or something that you don't know. This is going to be songs and singing and having a good time. Like, you know, Sweet Caroline.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yes, exactly. Just like that. And we're going to have a good time because it's going to be great.
I went to a club a long time ago, quite a few years ago, back about 2011, I think it was. I went down to Vegas, and I don't like going to bars. I just don't do it. But this was not a bar. In fact, they didn't sell alcohol here, but they had a dance floor. They had a place where you could buy snacks and stuff, and you could buy soft drinks. There was a swimming pool in this club, a hot tub, all sorts of fun things. But anyway, they had a guy there that imitated Mr. Neil Diamond, and he was very good. He even sounded like Neil Diamond. He didn't look like him, but he sounded like him. And he played live, and I sung with him one night. Had a blast. He and I sing Sweet Caroline and Hot August Night and all sorts of stuff. We had a good time.
I like Patsy Cline.
Yes, me too.
I do that. I do a lot of 90s.
Oh yeah, we can do that. Let's do it.
I'm excited.
Eddie Rabbit.
I have a whole repertoire that I do for karaoke. Like, karaoke's my jam, y'all.
Oh yeah.
I've never sung on air, but I've never been more excited to do karaoke.
Let's do it. That'll be a blast. We're gonna have a good time.
We are gonna have a good time. So everybody stay tuned to the website as well as the upcoming shows throughout the week, because we'll be giving our hosts information about the show, how it's gonna work. I'll be testing stuff throughout the week, making sure like my microphones and stuff like that work, because I have like karaoke microphones. I have the whole setup here, you guys. Like,
I have 3 microphones here, guys. Woo! Look out.
So it's going to be good. I'm excited. And I think that we have to find things to bring us joy at this time, because there's so many things that could try to steal our joy from us.
Right. I agree.
So let's be kind to one another. Let's not forget that during this time, there's snitching hotlines being created. Okay. Do not snitch on your neighbor if they're outside not minding their business and social distancing. Mind your own business and continue to social distance if that's what you should use. But don't
play that game.
Yeah, please don't fall into the deep state's game, because what it's about right now is minding your own business. If other people don't want to be smart, that's okay, because you know what you're doing. And so lay low, play it cool. Do not snitch on your neighbors like this is brown shirt Nazi Germany, okay? Because that's how you get martial law.
Yeah.
Let's just, if people don't want to mind the social distancing protocols, let them catch the coronavirus. It is not your place in life to worry if other people outside of your immediate family unit catch the coronavirus, okay? Right now, it's really mission zero to protect you and the ones you love, and we want to protect you guys out here. And so that's important to us. But I think right now is to be kind. Do not snitch on your neighbor. Find things that bring you joy and happiness. Find new hobbies. Start new things that you never thought you could start before. It's time to dive into something new and completely different, even if it's scary. What do we have to lose?
Yeah, I agree.
Let's do this.
Can we start off the karaoke night with "We Are the World"?
Well, that would be fun.
That is our motto song. That could be our motto song for this network.
Yeah.
Because we are the world.
We are the world. You know, that's really funny that you say that, because in 4th grade, I sang a solo. Yeah, we sing a solo.
I sang solo, nobody could hear me.
But we sung that song, and I actually did a solo for that. I was in a lot of musicals and plays, and so I don't show my musical talent on air, but I will for this karaoke show.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Scarlett. It's going to be fantastic, guys. Can't wait. Anyway, we're going to end it here. Thank you, everyone, for being here with us. Smash that like button. Make it go to crazy. Make it go crazy.
Invite your friends to like and subscribe. We'd like to get over 1,000 subscribers. Then we get monetized, you guys. We only need like 400 more, and we get monetized. Help us out. We'd appreciate that. We'd split that. Everything goes back. Any donation we get goes back into the network and helps us run our programs. It costs to run all of our different streaming programs, as well as pay for the website and the servers. So if you like what we do here on the Freedom Revolution Network, please consider donating to us on the website.
Please.
You can donate during our dollar bomb or on our regular donate page. You contribute it to Ron or any of our other great shows here on the Freedom Revolution Network. And if you donate over $50, you do get a free t-shirt.
Yay!
Yeah, right? Isn't that exciting? So
it is. That's awesome. That's awesome. Anyway, folks, I think we're going to get out of here. We hope you had a good time with us tonight. We're sorry to report a very large, could have been a disastrous earthquake had it hit a populated area, a 6.7, possibly 7.0, or even larger earthquake in north central Idaho near Chellis, Idaho, and they're still having aftershocks. Right now, they've had about 15 aftershocks. We just heard another 4.4 hit, according to the information that I'm getting here. 4.4 just hit there, 6 kilometers deep, which is 3 miles. It's a 3 mile deep, which wouldn't surprise me that that's part of the magma chamber. Not at all. Anyway, folks, thank you for being here. God bless you, and do know that we love you. Thank you, Scarlett, for being here. My partner in crime, my sister by another mother.
Glad to be here with you, Ron. I enjoy being with you here on Emergency Management Associates, and I just appreciate your time and friendship.
I do too. You're awesome. We totally love you. Anyway, folks, thank you for being here. God bless you. Know we love you. As Walter Cronkite would say, and that's the way it is. Tuesday, March 31st, 2020. For Emergency Management Associates, this is Ron Tyler. Have a great one, folks. See you soon. Hold on. We aren't done. We're not done. Not until the fat lady sings, and he's about to sing.